Hello, everybody. Hello. Happy Saturday. This is actually kind of sort of round two of filming here. Let's try not to take out my mailbox. Came close. But because I filmed this morning on my way to my shift, but then I had to stop back home because I forgot my pre-workout and stuff, so we're just gonna re-record here. It's a beautiful Saturday. It is currently like 73 and sunny, which is great. And we're on our way to the gym, which is also great. What's not so great? It is leg day. Sans refeed. So we are just gonna be hitting legs. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's legs today. It is leg press day. So I'm gonna use that horizontal Cybex machine again because I really was a fan of it, and those slow reps really kind of worked for me. So anyway, there's a gas station right there. So got a comment asking about my diet and nutrition, and I do talk about it mostly in these car talks here, but it's really not that exciting right now, dude. I mean, we're deep into prep. So for breakfast this morning, I had some chicken breast with some yellow mustard because 0 calories, and I like mustard a lot, and some oatmeal. That was my breakfast, and coffee, of course. But that was my breakfast. And then for lunch, my pre-workout meal, I had jasmine rice, oatmeal, and some some top round steak that I made, which was actually, when you paired it with the rice, it was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually really quite good. But essentially, I mean, that's 99% of what I'm eating is chicken breast, extra lean ground beef, really lean cuts of steak, like top round or flat iron or skirt or flank, and then occasionally I eat some fish too. Eat a lot of fish, mostly like tilapia and tuna, and then occasionally I'll have like some pork tenderloin, or like the leaner cuts of pork, because I enjoy it, and it's, it fits your macros and whatnot. If you get the leaner cuts, you got to be careful though, because okay, so say you have like a pork loin, the macros as it's figured out are not going to be entirely accurate if if it's a very fatty pork tenderloin, or if it's not like trimmed very well. You're obviously going to have more calories, more fat. So when you're picking meat out at the store, you really want to be getting the super, super lean cuts if you can. So, and then even of those cuts, you want to be looking at them, shopping around, and finding the ones with the least fat on them, or taking it home and trimming it yourself. That's an option. But so you're not looking, you don't want any prime grade, I tell you that. You don't want any Wagyu. You're looking for choice or select, like the cheapest, leanest, crappiest meat you can get, essentially, which is also nice because it's cheaper that way. So anyway, then during my workouts, I have this shake, which is 30 grams of protein, like 40 grams of carbs, which is primarily in the form of dextrose and or maltodextrin. Not primarily, solely in that form. And then post-workout, I will have 60 grams of protein in another shake. And I use either casein whey blends or isolates. And the casein whey blends are just better because casein is more filling, it's a slower digesting form of protein, etc. The isolates just have no filler calories. Like there's no, I wouldn't say no, but there's a significantly reduced amount of fluff calories. So it's like a lot less fat, a lot less carbs. Like your standard protein powder is going to be 180 calories per scoop, 3 to 5 grams of fat, 5 to 10 grams of carbs, 30 grams of protein. That's like, your baseline. The isolates can have as little as 0 grams of carbs and fat with 30 grams of protein, but the vast majority of them, you're looking at like, per 30 grams of protein, maybe half a gram or 0 grams of fat and then 1 or 2 carbs. And that's just better. Cause like in terms of satiety and whatnot, you really want to be eating like solid food. In terms of protein quality, honestly, protein powders are pretty legit. So, I mean, you can do an entire prep and just drink liquid the whole time. You'll be hungry and you won't be very satisfied, but it's possible, okay? Because the quality of protein powder, like protein powder's bioavailability and digestibility is quite high, assuming, of course, you don't have any lactose issues. But, yeah, so, I mean, and then dinner, I have, essentially the same thing. So chicken breast, lean steak, lean ground beef, tuna, fish, whatever. Traditionally, I pair with rice, sometimes some like frozen veggies, But this late into prep, it's very simple. There's not really any treats, so to speak of. And then dessert is when I get like most of my fat macro in, which is not a lot, but it's most of it. So I'll go for some like cheese or some like maybe a fattier cut of meat, but like it's mostly like cheese. I hit some eggs, a lot of eggs at bedtime, but nothing crazy. So my diet really isn't that exciting to talk about or look into. There's a moped here and I really want to pass him, so I shall, because he's doing like 30 and I think he's topped out. But anyway, I mean, if you guys want to see a full day of eating type video, I could probably make that happen, but I will warn you, you're gonna be disappointed because it's not very exciting. So it's just gonna be this, but me eating or making food, as it were. So, my refeed days are a little bit nicer, or different, I guess. I tend to go for a lot of like cereal because I love cereal. I think everybody does, but I go for like cornflakes or Cheerios or some sort of like oat-based cereal, things like that, or corn-based, because you really don't want to have too much wheat in your diet as a during prep. I mean, bulking or off-season, it doesn't really matter. But gluten and wheat are kind of paradoxical in that bread digests very, very quickly. It behaves like a simple like a simple carb, like a simple sugar in digestion. But gluten, which is the protein aspect of wheat, is quite inflammatory and actually sort of difficult to digest. So You don't really want to have a ton of that in your diet. So, yeah. I've harped on this before, but somebody asked, so I thought I'd talk about it. Yeah, so legs. I already worked today at the gym. I'm going to a different gym because I had to go back home anyway. So going to the other gym because they have the machine that I like, and then we're gonna hit leg press, followed by RDLs, followed by leg extensions / leg curls, like a superset type thing, and I'll finish off with one of the hip exercises. I think today is the good girls, the out instead of the in, out, which are just agonizing. But I mean, that's what they're there for, right? Yeah, you don't want a thigh gap when you're on stage. It's not exactly a good look for bodybuilders. In terms of supplementation, I take a lot of stuff. Your basics like multivitamin, liver support, citrus bergamot, like some fat stuff, because there's no fat in your diet, and like fish oils and whatnot. You need those. You want to control your triglycerides and your cholesterol and all that jazz, which is not impossible to do on prep, but you supplement where you can. And then other stuff, like at bedtime I take magnesium, some melatonin, things like that, just to keep up with sleep and all that jazz. But and digestive enzymes, those are pretty killer. Gotta keep those in there because movements become increasingly difficult as the prep goes on. You're eating less, you're digesting slower, and you can do the math there. But anyway, going into this leg day with a clear and open mind. I'm hopeful, I'm excited, and we're just going to see what we're going to see and do what we're going to do. And we're going to have a good time. So, anyway, I think I'll actually get some steps in. I don't know, maybe not. I think I will. And I will see you guys at the leg extendo. All right, now that the microphone's actually on, thank goodness I checked. Got this bad boy, and I'm actually gonna hop the weight up just a little bit from last week. I'm gonna do 300. We're still gonna go for 2 sets of 8 with a greasy negative. So, I mean, I think we did 11 and 9 last week just because the weight was too light. So I'm trying to not have that. Good English, man. Good English. Great job. Okay. Ooh, that is a tight little fit, huh? I'm gonna get set up and then adjust a little, I think. I'll do my first push off and then set up for the reps. Okay, here we go. Mercy, that's quite heavy. Okay, so here we go. It's really heavy. Definitely gonna drop the weight after this, because holy crap. Yeah. Okay. That was perhaps a little bit too much. Damn. Okay, so last week I was doing 260. This week I jumped up to 300. Way too much of a jump. And I destroyed my lower back. I'll go back down to 260. And just do the 8 there. So yeah, my back hurts. I didn't want to bail on the set though, and I was already like halfway through it. So maybe I should have. Who knows? All right, so we'll get set up and then adjust and then do 8. Here we go. Still not light. Yeah. Okay. I think it's Romanian deadlifts. Now, all right. Okay, RDLs 185 on the bar. Lighter weight because I already parboiled my lower back. So let's just get her done. 2 sets of 12. This is pretty high up. Probably should have thought about that before I set it all the way. Oh well. All right. Again. Okay. The weight ain't gonna lift itself. Reckon leg curls and extensions. Hell yeah. Okay, so I was gonna bring something up. You know, I might seem like a Debbie Downer during some of these videos lately, and I don't want you to get the wrong idea, which is that I don't like training. I don't like lifting, because I do. I love it. That's why I'm doing it. It's my whole life, basically. It's like my only main hobby besides cars. And of the two, if I had to give up one, I'd probably give up cars. I don't know, that's a tough one. Anyway, the point is that, yes, this is rough. I am having a bad time, you know, but you're also looking at, we are 20 days out from show right now. So this is like, you know, you're tuning in during hell, like the worst part. So it's not that like I've got a bad attitude or I don't like training. Obviously I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't. But the thing is, like, I'm just so drained all the time, so tired. It's hard to be upbeat and pumped all the time or ever when there's no go left in your body. And yeah, that's the situation. So don't think I'm upset or I don't want to be working out when I don't want to do legs. But, you know, obviously I want to do it enough to still do it. So anyway, 110 on the bar, machine thing, 20 reps. You know the drill. Easy. Somebody really likes Wu-Tang Clan. If that's all they've been playing on the Bluetooth. All right, 1 and 2. Okay. Ouch. Fudge. Ow. All right. Not bad. I think I will go ahead and superset with the leg curl set. I do want to make a correction. At the beginning of the video, during my car talk, I said see you on the leg extendo. at the end. What I meant to say was, see you on the leg press. So, woo! Leg girl, 120, 120 pounds is the plan. I got that old man shuffle because my legs are fried. Here we go. Oh. Mm. Okay. 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 Suffering time. I messed with the camera, but you guys just have to deal with it. Because, oh, oh, come on. Whatever. It's probably not right. I don't care. Actually, it's not bad. Enjoy. Ow. Okay. Let's hit some leg curls. All right. Let's finish it up. Same weight. Okay. All right, it's a little bit of hips. I can pose for you. Okay. I'm just taking my shirt off because the whole long shirt, no pants look isn't really my style. A little bit of leg day sickness, as usual. So, you know, what are you going to do? Got like some cobweb veins going on. A little bit of hamstring action there. Not bad. All right. Let's actually get some flexing going. I already posed for like 20 minutes this morning, so, you know. Yeah. Also, right after lift, just super dizzy right now. Oh, shit. Pretty cool teardrop, huh? Not bad. A little bit of a, see how the sweep is looking? Shadows are pretty good on that side. I'm not really flexing my upper body at all, just because I want to stay upright. And any amount of extra tension, I'm pretty close to blacking out. So, yeah. The joys of leg day on prep, huh? What are the leg pose? I mean, I can just get you a little quad stomp on either side. And then get the thighs touching. I don't want to show off like my cheeks, obviously, but they're looking pretty lean. So maybe when I hop on stage, I'll post some of that and you guys can check it out. We'll do a little bit of quarter turns. Not going to go crazy. Just sort of, again, keeping my lower body pretty loose just because, whoo, you know what it is. All right. Well, I think that'll about do it for today. I don't have much else going on. I'll take a rest day one of these days. Likely tomorrow. We'll see. You know, you can't eat food on the rest days, so that's why I don't like. That's why, genuinely, why I haven't taken one for so long. It's because the food is worth that much to me. All right. Anyways, good lift. Thanks for cheering me on. Please share this with your buddies, your friends, your family, your coach, your wives, your girlfriends' wives, your wives' girlfriends, your aunt, your uncle, your fish, your dog. Get the word out there. I'll see you guys.